Good afternoon. We're going to talk about how to read your MAP scores today. What is a MAP score? NWEA stands for Northwest Evaluation Association. And as you can see, it has presence all over the world, throughout the United States and throughout school districts within the United States. MAP stands for Measures of Academic Progress, and it's an online assessment that is aligned to the standards we use in the state of Georgia. And MAP growth measures what your child knows and what they are ready to learn. So this is an adaptive test. If your child is answering everything correctly, the test is going to get harder. If the students get the answers wrong, the test is going to get easier. And then they're going to take the data every 3 years and compile it from the over 11 million students that take this test to figure out what is considered average, what is below, and what is above grade level. And teachers will use this to better serve your students within the classroom and see what areas they need to help your students grow in. Your RIT score is one of the main things that you'll see on this test. And this is basically an estimation of a student's instructional level. Where do we think your child is performing based on their performance on this test? And if you can look, first thing you're going to see is that the years and what part of that year a student took the test will be labeled. So you can follow this student, for example, from fall of 2017 to winter of 18, spring of 18, fall of 20, winter, and then fall again. So also if you saw SU, that would be summer, SP spring, WI winter, and FA fall. So this will be really telling when you look back over this report that you received when your child took this and what could possibly be going on in your students' educational or personal life. When you see grade, that's the grade when the student took the test. So this example is, there was a big lapse in between when the test was first taken by the student in 2nd grade, and then again in fall of 20 when the child took it as a 5th grader. The middle number is your student's RIT score. And this is where they're just labeling out, like, this is about where your child is performing, give or take. So anywhere, if your child retook this test again the next week, your student would probably perform between those same numbers. So the student made like a 219 on this report. But if they took it again, they could go as low as 216, or they could go as high as 222. But that is roughly the area where your student will perform during a very similar range in time. The middle rank over here is the percentile rank. And this lets you know how your student performs compared to other students that are taking that same test in the same grade. So 50th percentile is average. So that would mean you're right on grade level with the other students your age. If it's below, that means that, just a little below average or above, and you can kind of see where your student is performing compared to other children their age. And typically this could, like if you look, this student was a 73 percentile. It could really range between a 66 and an 80 based on when the student took the test and different factors that could take place. So if you look right here, this is the projected RIT score. And that is if your student continues to grow at the same pace that your student has been growing, this is what we expect will be your student's next score. Obviously, that can change based on many factors in their educational development, in their personal lives, etc. But this is just kind of where we think your student is going. And then here's the Lexile range. And this is telling you basically the reading level of your student. So when you're looking at books and looking in different areas, you'll be able to look at this reading level and kind of know what kind of books and materials to read your student needs to be picking out. And so if you go into Sora and look at the library, you can actually sort by the Lexile scores. And so you can find books that are actually aligned to your students' growth and abilities at the time. So we will be sending out the winter 2021 scores at the end of first semester, usually going into second semester. And then another test will take place in spring of 2022. And you'll be able to see the growth between those times. And if you need any more information, you can go to the NWEA website and find all the information you need about this test. If you have any, there are also resources in multiple languages. So you are able to pick some of the more common languages and get that information for our non-native English speakers. And finally, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your child's homeroom teacher and they can help you out.